One of my favorite cuisines in the entire universe is one that's not super common, and it's Ethiopian food. I actually got a chance to visit about 2 years ago, and I was there for a very short time, but in that space of time I managed to try I pretty much ate the whole time. The great news is that I'm back here and I want to introduce you to some of the most delicious staples here in Ethiopia. So without further ado, here they are. The first one, of course, is shiro, which is a delicious stew of sorts made with powdered chickpeas, and it's ubiquitous. You will literally find it everywhere. The great news for someone like myself is that it's fully vegan and it's also absolutely delicious. The one thing that you'll also find everywhere in Ethiopia is injera, which is a type of pancake, let's say, but it's used not only as a plate or a covering for your plate, it's also used as a utensil, so you eat with your hands. And it's made with teff flour, which is a little bit sour, and to me, absolutely delicious. And it costs usually between 40 to 60 birr, which is very cheap, so I highly recommend you check that out if you're going to Ethiopia. Many Ethiopians like to start their day with some scrambled eggs and a bit of minced meat, but personally, as a vegan, I had a different favorite, and that favorite is called fırfır. So you know we discussed the injera, the thing that you eat your food on and with. Well, in this case, it's also the main component of the meal itself. So fırfır is kind of a mixture that consists of injera, tomatoes, and usually some chilies, and it's absolutely delicious. If you like injera, of course. And one word on chilies. Ethiopian food actually can be pretty spicy in some of the restaurants, so if you're not feeling up to the challenge, do mention that to the staff beforehand. Alright, let's take a moment and just thank the universe for the miracle that is bayanettu. This is a food that comes out on Wednesdays and Fridays when the Ethiopians are fasting. And this is a very important thing for you to know, especially if you're vegan like me, because on Wednesdays and Fridays, all the food that you find in local restaurants will be vegan, which makes ordering extremely easy. So bayanettu is basically a mixture of all the different stews and things that they have on offer that day. So you're gonna get a huge platter that's beautiful, colorful, filling, and nutritious.
This is a salad, that's gomen, so it's like collard greens. That's like a split, like yellow pea. And then this one in the middle is from Tigray, so it's like a northern dish, and it's called helbat. And it's like bean paste with like a spicy tomato sauce on top. It's really good.
No video about Ethiopian food would be complete without mentioning coffee, because it's such an integral part of Ethiopian culture. I might actually do a whole separate video on Ethiopian coffee, but for now I just wanted to mention that it's very delicious, it's very thick, they usually put a lot of sugar in it, so if you don't like sugar, tell them please bring it without sugar, because it gets very sweet. To me, it basically tastes like hot chocolate, which is kind of a plus in my book, and it's pretty much the only place in the world where I drink coffee. Alright, this next one comes with a bit of a story. So, when I first visited, there was a man called Solomon who showed me around. He was absolutely wonderful, and he told me the two things that he missed when he was living outside of Ethiopia were shiro, which I understood, and ambo, which is a local carbonated water, which I totally did not get. I mean, what? You miss water? Well, that was until I tried it. Ambo is delicious. I don't quite know why, but it just is. And their local mineral waters don't really have many minerals in them, so ambo can be a great way to replenish those. Ethiopia actually has quite a large beer industry nowadays, and I have to say most of them are pretty delicious. So the main three I would say are Habesha, Walia, and St. George's. And I have to say, yeah, they're good and they're pretty sweet. So it's not your typical bitter, Pilsner, but it's good. It's good. They're very easy to drink. A little too easy. I definitely have to mention tej, because that is a beverage that is very unique and very special. So this right here is a traditional Ethiopian drink. It's called tej, and it's a honeyed wine. So cheers. It's really nice. It's a little bit sour, a little bit smoky, and very unique. So I really think you should try this. And it looks intimidating, but it's about 5%, so not even that strong. I actually personally really like it, but I can imagine someone not enjoying it quite so much. So try it and let me know in a comment below if you've tried it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm super curious. In America particularly, there are quite a few Ethiopian restaurants, so if you can find one in your neighborhood, go check it out like yesterday. It's gonna blow your mind. It's amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, of course, I want you to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And I also produce a lot of stuff about my travels, so if you're into that kind of thing, just hit that button, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye. One thing you'll learn pretty early on is that these pods make your fingers look like this, and that injera, despite looking like a towel, is not one because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.